Hello everyone, this is Gary, and today I want to show you Photomerge. This is going to be a real quick one for two reasons. Number one, Photomerge is a totally automated process, so you don't actually have to do anything. And secondly, I want to start uploading to YouTube, and my videos have to be under 10 minutes, which is probably really good news to a lot of you because I never make a video that's under 10 minutes. I never make a video that's under 20 minutes. But I got to this time. So here we go. In the fall, I went up to the Empire State Building and like a million other tourists, I just shot, a fake panoramic kind of shot. And I used, obviously, no tripod because none of these images are lined up, as you can see. So, what to do, right? Well, it turns out, actually I only used 5 of these images, not because this one and this one are very similar, but this one's a little darker, so I didn't use this one. So I used 5 of these images, and I figured I was going to have to take hours to, put them on layers and layer mask them and line them all up and warp them and do all kinds of stuff manually to make a panoramic shot. Turns out Photomerge did the whole thing. Even on high-res RAW files, which is what these are, it took about a minute, maybe 2. But since I'm making this video, I actually went ahead and made low-res JPEGs of the same images, so the processing time is really a matter of seconds. But it's the same idea. At any rate, as it turns out, you don't actually even have to go into Photoshop because in Bridge, we've got this Tools menu, and if you go to Photoshop, Photomerge, it's right there. But I am going to go into Photoshop because I want to show you how to do it there too. So here in Photoshop, if you go to File, Automate, Photomerge, that brings up the Photomerge dialog box. Now, let me just show you what happens in Bridge when I do the same thing because it is kind of cool and worth checking out. So if I select the images that I want, I'm going to hold down the Command key because I'm selecting discontiguous images. You have to have the images that you want selected or forget it, it won't work. Photoshop, Photomerge. It's going to bring those into the Photomerge dialog box, right? There they are. But like I said, because they're high-res images, the processing would take too long. So I'm not going to do it that way. If I had these 5 images open in Photoshop, I could hit Add Open Files and it would throw them in there as well. But I'm going to cancel out of that because what I'm going to do is go to Automate, Photomerge, and that was under the Edit menu, by the way. Browse. I'm going to find the folder that I created, and here it is. And I'm going to select the images that I want to make my panoramic shot with. I'm going to hit open. There they are. I'm going to hit OK, and I'm done. Photoshop is going to do the rest. It's going to take these images, throw them on different layers, line them up, layer mask them, and create a composite. It's just amazing. Really, this is amazing. Okay, here we go. We're done. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? It's just incredible, I have to say. Saved me hours of time. I can't really zoom in too far. This is actually 100%. If I go in like real far, they're JPEG, so it's low-res JPEG, so it's gonna be all pixelated. But let me show you the high-res version. Oops. Okay, I'm just gonna sort of glide around here, and you can see. Oh, let me just turn on all the layers. You can see what an amazing job Photoshop did of lining everything up. There's a transition right here, right? But you can't tell that. Look at that. It's amazing. I just can't believe how much time is saved. However, there's a problem. This building is bent. So we need to fix that. And this is the beauty of Photoshop bringing these images in with their own layer masks because you can fix this. Turns out that the combination of the top layer and the middle layer is giving me this bent illusion. So I want to grab the building here, which is on the middle layer. Now this gets a little confusing if you're not too familiar with layer masks, but I'm going to just show you how to fix it, right? So the first thing we want to do is go to the topmost layer mask, which is this, and we want to take a brush, and with the foreground color, with the brush selected, okay, let me see. Oops, okay. What we want to do, I'm sorry. What we want to do is go to the middle layer with our brush selected and the foreground color white. We want to paint in the building that we actually want. So I already kind of know what I need to do, so I'm just going to, because I've done this before, I practice this ahead of time. Okay, that should be enough. I'm going to turn on the top layer. Now, I'm going to choose its layer mask, making sure my foreground color is now black, and I'm going to paint out the building we don't want to allow the building we do want to show through. Okay, I didn't go far enough on the on the layer below it, so I'm going to go to the middle layer, choose this layer mask, make my foreground color white, and paint in the detail that I need. And there we go. Great, we fixed it. So, I mean, how cool is that? Not only does it do all the work for you, but it lets you tweak it by bringing everything in with its own layer mask. That's just great. So this is the high-res version. I mean, obviously you use your crop tool to crop it to a rectangle. One last thing before we go. And the file automate Photomerge, you have different settings here. I also did one in cylindrical, and I want to show you that. Here it is. This would be like if you wanted to do a VR. Like I'm guessing I could throw this in a program like VRWorks and create a QuickTime panoramic VR movie. It would be like you wrap this, like I create a 180-degree pano. So instead of this kind of curving up, it's like you would sort of curve it around your head. So if you turned your head to the left, you could see this, and then slowly turn to the right. And it would look like you were standing on top of the Empire State Building. So that's what the cylindrical mode does for you. I really haven't had a chance to check out the other ones, but I'm guessing the spherical mode would sort of create, well, a sphere. The opposite of, say, a QuickTime VR cylinder. You'd be standing outside like a globe with this image superimposed onto it. But I should check that out. At any rate, as a practical matter, this is great. You know, a nice two-dimensional pano shot. I didn't do any of the lining up. Photoshop did all the work. Okay, I'm going to go. We're done. Thanks. See you next time.